misogyny was bad out here. The racism, the people who were constantly, well, you know, the government gives them everything. The government gave them their license. The government this. Okay, first off, you went somewhere and they were like, hey, we're going to another country, and they're like, hey, we're going to educate you and whatnot. I'm sure you would lap it all up too. You'd be like happy that they're trying to help you along. And as for they get given their licenses, I know with my own eyes these trucking companies are like trucking training companies, and they're doing all the same things that my white school in Smith Falls did, or however the hell you want to call it. So everybody's just on the same train. Every accident I see on Facebook, people are like, they have their flip-flops on, or their turban fell over their eyes, or like, really? I was raised in a real racist little small town, and you know there was a lot of racist jokes, and a lot of racism. Even the highfalutin people that are supposed to be the best of the best, they're racist too. And it wasn't until I was going to college in my early 20s, and when I started my classes, there was people from all over the world, and you know there was two girls that I ended up hanging out with a lot. One girl was Lebanese and one girl was Italian, and they taught me so much about, especially about food. Oh my god, my little neural mind with my, you know, chicken noodle soup, whatever, introduced me to so much amazing things. But there was also a lady there from Somalia, and one time she invited the whole class to her house. It's funny because at that time Somalia was under a lot of racism in Canada. Everybody's like, oh my god, those people are terrible, and they just go around in swarms and they attack people, and it's like, well, you know, they just came here from a war-torn country. But above all that, I never experienced any problem with anybody from Somalia where violence is concerned. Woman literally had the entire class to her home. She made us all samosas, which I had never heard of before, and they're friggin' delicious and amazing. She had two daughters. Her husband was still overseas fighting in the war. People were mad because she got her school paid for and she got a subsidized apartment. But we ended up getting a job in the same place we worked together, and stellar human being. And whenever I went to work in the lab, everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I had a lot of preconceived notions, bias stories, people hate, like, obviously hate stories. And, oh my god, like, there are people from countries I honestly had never even heard of. And every single person had the same basic stuff going on. They were, you know, loved their parents, they loved their children, for a living. They, you know, do all the same things. I just can't understand why we're still at this place. Like, it's 2026, people are saying, oh, what country are you from? Every single person in Canada, unless you're Indigenous, is an immigrant. Every single one. And, you know, the Irish, even when they came here, they faced huge persecution. They were white, but they were, you know, they were different. They were like, oh my god, they're going to come in and do terrible things. No, they're not. They're here for a beautiful life. They're here for the trees and clean water and the opportunities to work and not be oppressed. Women can vote. We can pretty much do anything. And I'm not saying that there's any equality there either. I've faced severe misogyny throughout my career, especially when I started in construction. Like, I can tell you stories all day long. I could write a book on it. But why? Why are we out here hating on each other? They were like, oh, those guys that can't drive, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. Like, I had to pull somebody over the ditch the other day and go, right, was he Indian? No, two Caucasian guys. Do I care that they were Caucasian? No. Other people, that's their automatic, oh, well, let's find something to say about them so that, you know, I can bums. They don't know what they're doing. They're here for a free ride. Did you ever decide to get up and leave your country because you're being persecuted and actually make it across an ocean? Get yourself somewhere to live, get a job, get a career, make new friends. Like, that's not easy. That is not an easy feat. I shout out to anybody who has done this. To anybody who has come here to make a better life for themselves. I'll support you however I can. I would never judge you based on your color, your sex. There's a time that I would have. I'm not saying I'm like innocent in all this. I used to say some terrible jokes looking back on it. I mean, I didn't make them up. You're going around like wildfire. Why? It's like people who preach hate. It's like, and you know, probably the biggest problem in all of it is the government. Just like, well, they did this and they did that. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We're gonna pay part of their wages when they come here to help them get jobs. And then the white people are like, but they took all our Tim Hortons jobs. It's not fair. It's not fair. Like, you have every opportunity to go work anywhere you want. You're mad because somebody else got a job at the place that you want to work because the company doesn't have to pay them as much as they pay you to work there. But you're blaming the employee for that. It's not the employee, it's the government. It's the government working with all these companies. So you hate the new Canadians. Don't hate the Canadians. Don't hate the people. Don't hate the beautiful humans out here. Hate the establishments that teach the hate, promote the hate. Put so much hate in there. Everybody's just walking around angry. I hate you! You don't even fucking know me. How the fuck can you hate me? I hate you. You cut me off in traffic. Like hate, really. Anyways, this is not, to put a damper on anybody's day. Don't want to do that. I just want us all to love each other. Love, love, love. Support, support, support. Faith in God. So where is that?